Redo. Solid warm-up. Ben's on the pod. Let's go, baby.
Welcome to the Used to Be Worried podcast. We just recorded for about 10 minutes without realizing.
I'm Ben Kirsch.
Yeah, that's the producer. He forgot to produce the podcast.
Wait, hold up. Yo, it's only been 2 minutes and 15
we're
seconds.
easy.
Look at that. We're crushing it.
As you notice, we're joined by Ben, who's normally behind the camera, but because Matt had unfortunately a massive heart attack and died last night.
He finally died. I forgot to hit
Yeah.
record on the Roadcaster, but the cameras have been recording.
Okay.
So we could let it chill in complete silence.
I think that's good. Just fuck with the audience, really alienate them.
I'll get the intro we did 2 minutes ago, and I'll ADR it with my voice.
Beautiful.
And I'll pretend to sound like both of us.
I think that's good.
I think that would be good. I'm just saying.
No, but thankfully Matt is not dead. He is off doing comedy things, and so Ben is graciously hopped in today.
Yes, Matt's going to be, as we fucking just said, Matt's going to be in Florida. Chris is going to Virginia. I'm going to Michigan. And we're all doing funny business.
All doing comedy all over the country. So this was the only day at least two of us were here at the same time. So we're making do.
I'd like to imagine we get back from all of our endeavors and the podcast as 1 million subscribers.
I think that's what's going to. I think you on the screen, if we just put Ben as the thumbnail, people are always asking me.
I think that's how that works.
Where's Ben? What does Ben look like? And
what does Ben look like?
I've always told them you're black, and this is kind of...
He's a deranged animal.
And this is kind of ruined.
We have him caged. You keep me in the basement and you only let me out for pod days.
Yeah, pod days and the occasional mic.
I get to see sunlight at Christopher Martin's for like an hour and 30 minutes.
How you been, Ben? How you been living?
Good. I had a lot of my days are waking up and being really nervous that I'm not doing enough for comedy.
I have those days all the time, too. Isn't that
I'm
crazy?
like, shouldn't I be coming up with a video that gets 1 million views, and then I come up with 7 that get like 1,200 views?
You know what I've
I'm
found?
like, we're in store for success.
You know what I found recently that's very counterintuitive? And so I've been putting out more content recently, and I've been putting out more
Yes, you
content that I actually enjoy making, that like I as a viewer would want to watch. Because I love the history stuff, and I'm still doing those, but I'm doing those once a week, and the other days I'm experimenting, doing different stuff. And I find the more I like my own content, the less successful it is, which I don't know what that says about.
Yo, dude, that's what Rick Rubin is preaching, bro. It's all
then Rick would love me. I tanked my views from like 4 million to like 1,000.
Well, I think the goal with what he's saying with that is that eventually you'll reach a point where what you're outputting is both fulfilling you and fulfilling other people. But first you have to fulfill yourself.
That's probably because it's a new medium for me.
Yes.
So I'm like learning all over again how to make content because it took so long to get the history stuff down.
But you have to think, if you only did the history stuff and you never fulfilled yourself, then you'd probably run dry on the history shit and forget how to fulfill other people.
Well, that's where I was getting with it, because I still love the history videos, but it was just getting to the point where it's like I've covered like 90% of the things, the historical events I want to cover. Right. And so it's like we only have like 10% left, so let's space those out a little bit.
College was only 5 years, guys.
Yeah, 6 if you're super smart like me. Do undergrad for 6 years, you get a little bit of knowledge.
They say when you're in the honors college, they extend your time.
Yeah, that's what it was.
You have to put in more effort.
And I was like, where's my master's degree? And they're like, that's not
No, you work twice as hard for a bachelor's. That's how we do this here.
Shouts out to good old University of Connecticut. Go Huskies.
Go Huskies, baby. Are you on that Husky insurance? Isn't that like for everyone in Connecticut?
Husky is if you like, well, I should be on it, but I never set it up. So, yes.
Is it bad health insurance?
No, it's great.
Oh, it is?
I've been on Husky in the past when I was unemployed, and it was better than like the really good insurance I had from my company before.
Oh.
It makes no sense. But if you make enough money, you don't qualify. So it's really weird. You can get in this gray area where you make enough money that
if you don't donate to our schools, you don't fucking qualify.
Yeah, like if you make enough that you don't qualify as like basically a poor person, for lack of sorry to anyone that's on Husky, but the government, statistically, the government considers you a poor person. Which is so, but like you don't have good insurance options through your company.
Right.
Then you're just like in a middle zone where you just basically have to buy
Husky.
individual the worst insurance on earth, like fucking Cobra and shit like that.
Oh, God.
And it's just basically like, so a hospital will actually admit you, but it doesn't cover anything.
See, that sounds fucking terrifying.
Yeah, healthcare's sick.
I'm 24, so I got to start thinking about my life insurance.
Oh, yeah, next year's your last year on Dad's healthcare, right?
Before Daddy's like, yo, gonna have to pretend you're an independent now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get your own X-rays now, kiddo.
Gonna have to buy my own Xbox.
I can't keep putting you in the X-ray machine in our basement anymore. You're not covered for liability.
We have a whole MRI machine down there.
Every time it turns on, the lights flicker. It's like, oh, John's doing a client again.
We have a woman that works the computer for it. She never goes upstairs. That's Rhonda. Yeah, we don't let her out. She works the MRI machine in the basement.
She's very rude for some reason.
Yeah.
Always antagonistic.
She's got an attitude. I don't know if it's because she hasn't seen the sun in 5 days, but she's really a bitch. I mean, just tell me if my ribs are broken. Come on.
Oh, did you watch the RNC?
No, you were talking about it yesterday, and we all basically told you to kill yourself.
Oh yeah, I annoyed everyone. We were out at a sports bar
watching the United States Cricket League.
Yeah, well, one team was the United States Cricket League, which I didn't even know there was Major League Cricket. It was like Miami versus New York cricket teams. And then on the other fucking TV is women's basketball. And I'm like, what kind of fucking sports bar is this? What's going on?
Baby. It's the summer.
This is what we're... And I graciously and politely asked the waitress if she could change one of the TVs. And she's like, yeah, sure. What game were you trying to watch? I was like, oh, the RNC is on right now. My team's playing. I want to see how we're doing.
We're like down in the fourth, but I think we got this.
I think we got this.
Throw it on.
And they did not think that was funny, and they did not change the channel.
Yeah, instead we had to listen to fucking Trivia Night.
Oh, yeah, we also went on Trivia Night, which was great.
Wretched. Oh, my God.
How about this piece of trivia? Oh, what's a guy got to do to get some soft pretzels over here? How about that?
Where's my Bavarian pretzel?
Which were horrible. Bad.
Yeah, dude, when they brought those out, it looks like the fucking... You could buy them in Walmart. It's like some
the microwave.
Yeah, and you just throw them in the microwave. You know that's
so sad, dude.
And they're like, "Yo, that's our homemade beer cheese."
Like, yeah,
it's not.
It's just fucking gross, like nacho cheese. They just named something else.
100%. Probably came off of like an Amtrak fucking food cart.
But dude, the RNC was kind of, I don't,
Was it lit? I don't know anything.
We don't get super political on this channel, and this is, whatever you believe politically, that's your right as an American. No judgment here. But the RNC was fucking lit last night. It was, dude, they were so hyped on Trump not getting assassinated that everyone was like, it's a party in the USA time.
Wait, so what even is the RNC? So RNC, Trump's not there? They're talking about him?
He'll be there tonight. I mean, actually, when this is out, it'll have already happened.
It's like Monday Night Raw tonight.
Yeah, so it's the RNC is the Republican National Convention, and it's when they get together as a party to decide who they're going to run for a bunch of positions, but the big one's president.
I see.
And everyone's already agreed it's Donald Trump, but this is when they're officially going to announce him, and that's tonight. They built up for 3 days. Now it's going to be the fourth night they're going to do that. But last night, they announced the, which everyone kind of already knew was going to happen, but they officially announced the vice president.
Oh.
And,
which is who now?
Oh, shit, I forgot his name. I watched it. It's, I'm going to look it up right now because this is.
Who did Trump have before? Pence?
Yeah, so he had Pence, but Pence and him had a huge falling out over January 6th. Because actually, people don't give Pence enough credit. Like, Pence, whatever you believe in politics, like, Pence actually was like, no, we can't do an insurrection because we lost. That's retarded. And basically got ran out of the Republican Party for saying that.
Can you imagine the conversations behind closed doors between Donald Trump and Mike Pence?
They hated each other.
They were probably fucking horrendous.
Well, because the reason he picked Mike Pence was because all the old school Republicans felt like they were losing the party, which they are. With Trump being the nominee. And so the compromise to like get them to still vote for him.
Oh, was Mike Pence.
And get the evangelicals on board was Mike Pence. Because Mike Pence is like,
we need a guy who's a fucking dick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because he's like an old school Republican, like very Christian. So that brings over all those people that have been with the party since like the 70s.
Gotcha.
So that's how they calm down all the old.
Got to keep traditions, Donald.
Come on. But they didn't agree on like anything.
Of course
they did not like each other.
Of course not.
But this time he picked. Just had his name up. Goddamn. They pulled up. The vice president-elect, who is now J.D. Vance. And let me tell you.
Oh, yeah. Weren't we talking about that guy? What's so funny about him?
So he rules, and again, I don't know what his policy is, so if someone's going to like post some horrible thing he's done, and I didn't know about that. But
J.D. Vance of Vance Refrigeration.
Yeah. First of all, white Phyllis, kind of slut. But dude, he is this guy that's from like the rural Appalachia part of Ohio.
Okay.
Like in southern Ohio. And he grew up like dirt.
Of course he is.
Yeah, he grew up dirt poor, like a hillbilly. This guy's the American dream. He grew up dirt poor, a hillbilly town. Like
he thought Toledo was luxury.
Exactly, dude, which is like that's third world. He grew up with nothing. He was in like a hillbilly town that got hit super hard by the opioid crisis.
Okay.
And to get out of that situation, he was raised by like his grandma because his mom was a drug addict.
Yeah.
And he went on to join the Marines to get out of that situation. Served 4 years, apparently won a bunch of medals, like was active duty in Iraq.
Right.
Comes home, goes to college, graduates undergrad, and then gets into Yale Law School. Does Yale Law School, and then then did all that lawyery stuff. Went on to then become a senator, which he is now, and now he's the vice president elect at 39 years old.
That's so funny.
Bro is whatever you think about his politics, like bro is the American dream.
It's so funny how like there's people who will like my friends who are like, yeah, dude, majored in poli-sci. And you're like, nice. Like a kid who from the jump wants to be like a congressman or something. And
he will never be in politics.
He'll never be in politics because they're just going to choose some guy who went to like 12 wars, did like a bunch of tours. Some guy who has like this very like, it always ends up being someone who does like a load of different things. And then they're like, now he just decided to be a fucking vice president.
Yeah, here's your path into politics if you want to get into politics for all my viewers. Doesn't matter what you study in college. These are your options. You can be a war hero if you want to run as a Republican. That's always good. You don't even have to be a hero. Just be in the military and then play up your service. You can do that.
Right.
You have to be good in business, like a businessman. You can do that. Actually, that's for both parties. Okay. If you want to be a businessman, you can be in both parties. If you want to be a successful lawyer, you can be in both parties. Or if you want to be a Democrat, you can be really big into like social service. Do like a lot of charity work or like a lot of nonprofit stuff, right. Or start like some program that fixes your city's homeless problem. If you do those things, then you can run as one of the parties. If you literally do anything else than those 5 professions I described, you will never be more than a mayor. That is the highest you're going to go. You will never be a senator or a congressman or a governor or a president. Like, it's just not in the cards. So if you study poli-sci and then you go and work on, like, the staff, what they're called staffers in Washington, that's the height of your political. They're never going to promote you from staffer to anything else.
But, dude, I went to Clemson.
Yeah, you're a moron. You're a fucking moron. I had a friend from high school that did that because this guy is so fucking dumb. He watched House of Cards.
Oh, no.
Right, because House of Cards got big right when we were in, like, freshman year of college.
Oh, God.
So he switched his major from whatever he was doing that was, like, sensible, and then he did poli-sci, and then he moved to Washington, D.C., worked as, like, some low-level staffer for, like, a year or two, realized there was no future in it, and now he, like, literally sells solar energy.
He's like, hey, when do I meet Kevin Spacey? When does that
work?
When
do I get asked to do something illegal for a politician and then become a senator?
That's, like, my generation of kids who watched Wolf of Wall Street, and then were like, yeah, I'm doing fucking...
Finance, bro.
Finance,
banking,
bro.
finance.
I'm going to do banking like crazy.
And then all those...
Like, you have to be cool to do illegal stuff. Nobody just comes up to you and is like, do you want to do illegal?
You just do it. You start it.
You start it, bro.
Well, this thing
you got to be a badass.
With finance, because I knew a bunch of these shitheads, too, that went into finance. And this is not to be like, whatever, not to be a dream killer. But
killer dreams.
Finance has like a 98% washout rate in the first 3 years because it's all sales. You don't no one's handing it to you unless you're a real Nepo baby.
Right.
You show up, they give you a list of phone numbers and a phone, and they say, you have zero salary. You are all commission. Call 1,000 numbers a day until you convince someone to let you manage their portfolio. And they're not a millionaire you're calling like blue collar guys to manage $1,000.
Yeah, who barely want to listen to you.
Barely want to listen to you. And you do that for 5 years, and you either land a big account that's like a millionaire somehow, mostly through luck, and build on that, or you go just be a normal sales guy selling cars.
Then you finally get to tell your wife that you got a raise of $3 more now.
Yeah, dude. It's just all these fucking... But JD Vance, nice, dude. This is going to be a 3-hour podcast. Special edition anniversary.
Special edition. No, Matt died.
Yeah, Matt died. This is the memorial episode.
We're playing this
Lewis.
at Matt's funeral.
Yeah.
All right, these are all dumb as fuck. But
okay, I love it.
We'll like it. Okay, we've talked about this before, but I have some follow-up questions for it.
Okay.
How many 7-year-olds at once, if there was a bunch of 7-year-olds in the closet and you opened the door and they all flooded out, you had to beat the shit out of every single one of them?
Okay, we're talking average 7-year-olds?
Average 7-year-olds.
So there's not going to be a genetic freak that's 6'5".
No, and there's not that kid who's like, I'm 100 pounds even though I'm in the first grade.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's average 7-year-old. basic sentence structure.
So what are 7-year-olds like? What, like 60 pounds maybe?
Yeah, some of them don't even know how to zipper a jacket.
Are they all coming at me at once?
Yeah, so
it's not like a line. They're like
they
swarming.
basically swarm your ass.
Aha. I think I could take like 6.
Wow.
I think I could take 6.
I was gonna say like 3 or 4, like for myself.
Because here's the thing, because they're weak.
They are.
So
weak.
I think if you get like a good head kick.
They've had some sugar though.
Yeah, but I think just one head kick to a 7-year-old
scares the other 5.
I think that one's dead, dude. I think they're pretty fragile. So like I have about 10 good head kicks in me before I'm tuckered out.
Before I'm tuckered out.
So I think I can get. So that's 7 of them. So I'll say that's like 3. I can miss 3 and still take out all 7.
Okay.
I think you add an 8th one in there, I'm fucked.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. How many 7-year-olds do you think you could take one at a time? Like they open the door, just one. Dead, another one. Dead, another one.
I think probably like 12. I think by 13th, I'm so out of shape.
Because you got to figure out when you're going to get tired.
Yeah, because I'm pretty out of shape right now. So I'm gonna be real winded by like number 8, but I think I could tucker through another 4.
All right, so we're thinking
because
like
I'm just
5,
going for
6
the
at
grab
once.
the head, fucking slam it into the ground,
Yes.
grab it like an assembly line, just fucking douche like a basketball, spiking it like Shaq Duncan, dude.
Like the and one guy on the side of the sneaker.
But that's with your 7-year-old's head on a curb.
Okay, last one about the 7-year-olds. Okay, same situation. How many 7-year-olds could you take one at a time?
Okay.
But now they have a knife. A small knife.
One at a time?
Yeah, and they're 7, so they don't really know how to wield it or proper ways.
I think by the 3rd or 4th one.
But you might get cut.
Yeah, I think by the 3rd or the 4th one, one's going to get a lucky stab. Because it only takes like 1 or 2 stabs to really
be like
take someone out, dude. And then you're just like, then you're bleeding and you're like hunched over, like grabbing your side. So you only got like one hand and the next one's going to get. Yeah, I think.
And every movement hurts.
Yeah, I think.
Everything you do hurts.
I think the first 2 I'm really good with.
Okay.
By the 3rd one.
Oh, that was middle camera.
I get a little overconfident, and I think he gets a good cut in, and I think I got like 1 or 2 more in me, and they're going to get more stabs, and then by the 5th, I'm definitely dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fair. All right, so on average, probably the median range, good 6, 7, 7-year-olds, you could kick their ass.
Yeah.
One at a time, maybe 11, 12. All right, another question. It's a trolley situation.
Okay.
On one side, you have your mom,
Well,
your brother, me,
okay.
Matt.
Squad. Fucking gang.
All tied down, about to get absolutely obliterated by this trolley. Or sits on the other side, one guy. It's Richard Nixon, though. And it's Richard Nixon moments before like inauguration. Like he hasn't even done what he had to do.
Ooh, I thought this was gonna be easy.
Yeah, no, dude, no, it's a tough.
Listen,
one.
because I think Richard Nixon is the OG hero.
Yeah, this is Chris's favorite, right?
My
He's your favorite president.
Yeah, and he is, but he's like a legit old school hero, and I think Nixon would look at me like, he'd be like, Chris, you got to pull the lever. Send it to me. All right, send it to me. The greater good.
All right, what would
do
you
the hard thing.
What would you do if Nixon? You were in a fucking soundproof box, just me and you, with the lever. And I'm like, dude, you killing your mom, your brother, and Matt, or Nixon? Nixon doesn't get to persuade you at all.
I would have to kill Nixon. I'd feel so much social pressure from you to not kill Matt. Like I wouldn't even care about my mom and my brother at that point. It was like, if I kill a third of the podcast, like I'm really kind of fucking up Ben's money. Like I can't be. He's sitting right here. I can't be doing that to him.
Yeah, now
dude.
we got to do a pod with Nixon.
Yeah.
We got to change the format. We got to. Get
hold on. Let's put it that way. We might become millionaires overnight. We got reincarnated Richard Nixon on the pod. There'd be some people want to hear that. Whole RNC's listening to the pod.
Whole RNC's listening to the pod. You basically change the format.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, it could be good, but then his life expectancy is only so much, and then you got to carry.
He's already
the
an
pod.
old guy when he became.
He doesn't
president.
want to edit anymore. It's tough. It's tough.
Nixon's a real diva.
Yeah,
dude.
he's a real diva. He's like, guys, Premiere Pro won't update. But did he die before the invention of Premiere Pro?
I think he died in the, I want to say, late 80s, early 90s. So yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
Fucking come on, Adobe. All right. Another kind of the rest are more would you rathers. Okay, so you get to marry your ideal woman,
Nice.
right?
Tight.
Famous celebrity or like Baldur's Gate character fucking
Got it.
modification.
Whatever I want.
Whatever you want.
Cool.
But you have to stub your toe once a day, every day, and you don't know when it's gonna happen. And I'm saying like kickball to the face, fighting the tears that come audibly. stub toe.
Every day.
Yeah, but like you could be married to Ana de Armas if you wanted, or your tiefling.
Is she perfect, not just physically, but personality?
Yeah, personality too.
I'm stubbing that toe every day. Listen, honestly, at the point I'm at in my life,
please be nice to me, please.
Honestly, if you just get like a woman who's a 5 to be nice to me, I will stub my toe every day. That's where I'm at. I just need a woman to just tell me I'm enough. And then I'll cut off my foot at that point.
Okay, all right. Well, that's fair as fuck. Honestly, I was gonna go with the toe stub too, because it's like you really have to weigh your options of like, can I handle realistically 5 minutes of pure pain?
When I also think like the first month would be hell because you'd always be scared, and then I think you'd get so used to it.
After a while, you just be like, okay.
That you just get zen. You'd be like, it's gonna happen whenever it happens.
We still go to bed tonight.
We're gonna fine.
Until one of those times you're like fucking her and the toe stub.
Oh,
comes
I didn't even think about
and
that.
You're like, God, I didn't think it'd get this bad. It's got to ramp up, you know.
Or maybe if it happens during the sex, it like connects some wires and then you're into it.
The ignorance is bliss, you know. All right. Okay. Same thing. You get to have your dream life. Yeah, I tried hard with
that. Was
these.
Really good.
You get to have your dream, and I made these up. So if they're stolen, that's because I heard them somewhere, like subconsciously. You know what I'm saying? Not like yesterday. Okay, so you get to have your dream life with your dream woman. Same thing. No,
nice.
no toe stubbing. And you have like a life where like you got like you went to an agency to design your house. You know what I mean? Like shit's looking.
We're crushing it.
But your claim to fame and what people know you for, like even on the street, like, oh my God, is that Chris Warren? You're a boardwalk magician. And not like Disney boardwalk, like Jersey Shore boardwalk.
Yeah, what the fuck do I give a shit?
You want to be a boardwalk magician?
Well, I'm coming up to people like, pick a card, any card.
That's the worst, dude.
Dude,
these guys suck.
Have you seen what I'm doing to try to be famous now? It's not that far off.
I don't know. It's a little bit more honorable.
I don't, honestly.
Anytime I meet a boardwalk magician, I keep wanting to say musician. That would be cooler. Magician, though. Dude, even magicians on it. I feel like if you're a magician and you're not on America's Got Talent, you're basically a weirdo.
So you're telling me that every day what I do is I go to the Jersey Shore and I ask black people to pick a card and they go, oh shit, and they run away
for like 8 hours.
That sounds lit. Okay, yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool. Clearly, boardwalk magician is just my worst fear, and
yeah.
not yours.
Well, no, because you look at the content I put out now, I clearly don't have very much shame. So you know, so I had to take all these classes that were straight up bullshit. I took this class that was gender and women's studies within the Latinx diaspora.
Wow. That's niche as fuck.
My favorite part of the class was it was taught by an obese white woman. Of course.
Who probably invented the class. Probably went on like one trip.
I also found out
like Uganda and was like,
yeah, this is basically Mexico. Doesn't even know where she is. And she so she taught the class, but she wasn't Hispanic in it, because I asked maybe she's like, and she's
maybe she did 23andMe recently.
Yeah, no, turns out she was just like,
she was German.
She was like fucking German and Welsh or some bullshit, just generic as fuck white person. And then I'm like, okay, well, she probably has like some high level degree. Dude, I found out like halfway through the year, she didn't even have a post-grad degree. She had a bachelor's.
Yo, I hate that.
I was like, so wait, I'm a senior in college.
I hate that.
I'm about 12 credits away from being as qualified
as smart as you.
I'm 12 credits away from being as qualified as you.
Jesus fuck.
And so she would teach us this fucking class, and she would literally be like, she would just be like, yeah, so, what was it? So she said like white people can't experience racism.
Yeah.
And people of color can't project racism because they don't have the power in society to enforce it.
Oh, we can experience racism. I went to China for 2 weeks in high school. I felt like a minority.
This was the thing, dude. So I wasn't going to push back. I'm like, I just need my fucking credits. I'm a senior. Like, I'll listen to whatever bullshit. I'm not here to like prove any point. I'm just sitting there. I'm also the only white guy in the whole class.
Right.
It is me and a bunch of Hispanic and Latino women. And then like one black dude who was kind of my boy would look at each other like, this is fucking crazy.
Right, you gotta have one of those.
And we were like, right, we just give each other like the gym look from the office, like, and then we just go back. But he was the man. But everyone else in the class had like weird vibes towards me because I was just some fucking white dude. Like, why is he in this?
Why is he taking this?
Yeah, why is he taking this? Like,
does he think there's naked girls in the textbooks?
I was also like, isn't that the point? Is like I'm supposed to be educating myself?
Yeah, why are y'all taking
so
this?
Shouldn't you be happy I'm here trying to like, even though I'm being forced by the university? You don't know that.
Can't win.
But dude, so at one point, she's talking. So I just let the white thing slide. I'm like, I don't care. I've heard this before. I'm not going to get into an argument about it.
Right.
And then she was like, yeah, and you know, Asian people have worked themselves to a point where they are successful in America, and they're no longer capable of experiencing racism. And I was like, also, this was like 3 years before the Asian hate thing. So
that's a crazy.
I'm like, oh, you're gonna have to walk that one back in the future. But I'm sitting there like, yo, I've seen Asian racism. Like that's, you know,
dude. Yeah, you ever see some like poor Asian woman just like trying to order something, and some guy behind the counter is getting like way too mad that he can't understand her.
So then
you're like, yo, she's not dumb. So she's just very confused,
right? And so it's like then this Filipino chick who was in the class, was like, wait, that's not true. I've experienced racism. She's like, no,
you haven't.
You have privilege, so you can't experience racism.
Oh my god!
And dude, this chick went off. I don't know what her name was. We never talked, but shouts out to you for standing up to this teacher because she was like, my parents immigrated here as political refugees from the Philippines. I was actually born there. I've been here like, you know, since I was 3.
Oh my god, her skin gets so hot. She's like,
dude, but
really?
What she was talking about is like, I've definitely experienced racism. Like I moved to the fucking like Stanford from the Philippines, like not speaking English. Like I experienced a lot of racism in public high school in Stanford, which I've been to Stanford. She did. She definitely did.
Dude.
And she's like, no, see, you're misunderstanding. People might have said mean things to you, but it wasn't racially motivated because you have too much power in society to experience that. And I was like, dude, we are lost.
We are fucked.
Education is, I just sat there being quiet. I'm like, the fact that I am getting
even the professor
because it wasn't even a 3-credit class, it was a 4-credit class because there was a discussion section that counted as a lab.
That's
so I was like, I am getting 4 credits
for like nonsense
for this. I'm like, oh, higher education is bullshit. This needs to all be burned to the ground, dude.
Yeah, we had a very intense discussion today, guys.
Of just a white woman telling a Filipino woman that she's
never
experienced racism and like basically flunking her from the class for talking about her experiencing racism.
Oh my fucking
was
god.
Fucking wild, dude.
Dude, that is insanity.
Well, that's been the You Should Be Worried podcast. As always, I am Chris Warren. You can find me at Chris Warren Comedy on Instagram and TikTok. Please also don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on YouTube. We also have an Instagram and TikTok for this as well at You Should Be Worried Pod. And Ben?
You could find me at BennyBoy_28 or go to the, actually, you know what you should do? If you want to find me, go to the You Should Be Worried Instagram and then follow me by going into our bio. And then click my username. Get our fucking engagement up, dude. Okay? Engagement through the roof. Otherwise, follow In the Making ITM for sketches and fucking keep up with all of us because we are literally we're road dogs.
Road dogs, dude.
Road dogs. We're out here literally headlining fucking breweries and feature spots at comedy clubs.
Yeah, private fundraiser events.
And all right, yeah, this was great.